Hi everyone, it's Ali here. I'm coming on today with a little project. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I often say it's a quick project, but it turns out not to be. So, I have got for this next month with Thompson Crafts a fabulous set of papers. Now mine are all cut up and ready to be used. They are the beautiful Shine Your Light. And the other set is from Love You to the Moon and Back. Now they are by a fabulous artist called Sylvia. Now I'm not even going to attempt to say a second name because I'd be mortified if I got it wrong, but that's who you're looking at there. I'd want to say Isaac, but I really don't want to be getting it wrong and upsetting the poor lady. Her artwork is fantastic. I found it only a couple of weeks ago whilst I was on the internet, and I thought, oh, I love the way that she draws. I love that lovely sort of whimsical, it's what I would love to be able to do. And her images are just delightful. The little fox there and the little girl, and I believe it's based on her children from what I've gleaned from information, and it's just wonderful. I mean, the little sort of worlds that she creates in her drawings and the little scenarios are fabulous. Now these are double-sided sheets, and I've only got, I didn't get the pack, I got 4 of each sheet, so that I could produce a project a week for the next 4 weeks. So this one, I have cut into them because obviously I've prepared a project for today. And I don't sort of waste anything. All the little bits I've cut hearts out of, things that have been left over from cutting out. This is a full sheet of little elements. So there's lots and lots of fussy cutting and loads of characters. I mean, you get so much on a sheet. It's unbelievable. They're absolutely amazing. And the B side of that is the gorgeous little deer. And we've still got another sheet on the Shine Your Light pack, and the kind of like a postcard size, if you will, but again I'd be cutting into them for my journals and things like that to pop them in. And the other side of that is, these are what Sylvia has created on her journal pages, and then she's made prints of them. So, and if you go on YouTube and type in Tandy Art, it will come up with Sylvia's YouTube channel, and there are lots and lots of videos in there, and she herself does them, and she goes through the process of what she does to create her little characters, and she makes it look so easy. This one is from the I Love You to the Moon and Back paper kit. Again, this is a print taken from what she's actually created. So you can see that that's a fabric. There's, you've got your fabric and your ribbon and lace, and one of those glitter embellishments. And on the other side of that, this is one of my favourites. I can't wait to get stuck into this one, but I'm working on the Shine Your Light one first. But again, all your little characters. And then you've got your kind of what I would call digi images there, so that you can perhaps colour them in yourself. Okay, so that's that one. Oopsie daisy. And then you have it's what she's done on watercolour, and again done a print of it. And just fabulous images. I absolutely love them. I love her style. I love the way that she creates things so effortlessly. And there is a big one that she's done. And then on the other side, basically it's the print of a background that she's prepared, and she uses everything and anything that she can have to hand. She's amazing. So this one here is just a cardboard sticker sheet that I've got in my DT kit that I will be using on other projects, but I thought I'd show you that anyway. So getting back to what I want to do today, it's a bit of a cheat really, and I'm hoping it works. I saw Sylvia in a video creating a using an embroidery hoop to create a piece of work, and I don't have an embroidery hoop, but I do have some on order coming from Amazon. But it could be up to a week before they arrive, and I thought, what can I do, because I really want to try that. It looks so effective. So this is a bit of a trial and error, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, well, not to worry, I had a go. So what I did, I cut out a large circle with the largest circle that I had, which happened to be a scalloped circle, and then I did pop the inside bit and created the hoop, if you like, and that's going to, I'm sort of doing a faux embroidery hoop. Okay, so what I've also done is I've cut out some bits and pieces here that I want to add. I've got some ribbon to pop onto the hoop to make kind of like a Dreamcatcher-esque look thing, and then I've got a sentiment here. Now then, all I want to do, another thing that Sylvia did was, when she creates her background, she's very, very loose with her watercolouring, and that's what I want to try and sort of emulate. I want to be able to be a bit looser with my watercolour. I want to kind of calm down a bit when I'm crafting and not try to be so precise and worrying about what the end result looks like, etc, etc. So with that said, again, I'm going to be not copying, but doing something that Sylvia does in her videos to create this background so that you can see, also so that I can get a chance to play, and you can see how she creates the background. As I say, get yourself onto her website, or well, onto her YouTube channel, should I say. It's absolutely fantastic, and I'm thoroughly enjoying going through them whilst I'm having cups of tea here and there, and watching them. So I've got a nice big wuss brush, okay, and I have got my Kuretake watercolour paints. Now I love these because they are not your usual colours. I'll just grab the swatch. These are the colours that are in this kit, and they are fabulous, and I love them because they are, you know, they can be sort of, you can use them for your whimsical creations, because they are sort of whimsical colours. They, do you know what I mean? They're not your standard, just your red, green, blue, yellow, orange, da-da-da-da. There are some really lovely colours in there, and the quality of these paints are amazing, because not just the quality, it's not the quality that I want to say, it's the power factor, because they are so bright and they are so vivid, and they don't lose that when they're dry, as you can see, because this is the swatch that I actually swatched out when I got the kit. So you can see even right down from the top, that's probably a better one, from the darkest and then going down, it doesn't fade out to a wishy-washy watercolour, as I would kind of describe it. It's really, really good, and I love this purple, this cobalt. It does have your sap green, it even has hooker's green, which is a well-known you know, a watercolour colour, and your cardamom orange and your yellow ochre, but they just have a little bit more staying power on your paper. I love this Rose Madder and the Imperial Violet, not violent, the Imperial Violet is a really strong colour. So I'm going to shut up with about that. I'm just going to get on with some a little bit of a background creation. So all I'm going to do is, oopsie daisy, all I'm going to do is I just spray my paints just to prepare them for use. And like I say in the video, Sylvia does do this sort of circular, this background that I'm going to do now, and I had a go at it on another project which I don't want to show you yet because I'm going to do a video on how I did it. So I'm going to start with the colours that I've got in here. Obviously I want to be mindful of, so I'm just going to use, I think I'm going to have to go by way of the orange because she's obviously got a beautiful head of orange hair. So I'm going to do a little circle, one here. I'll just rinse out my brush. I'm just going to make that slightly bigger. Now it's going to run a little bit because I did wet my paper, watercolour card. I've cut this out of watercolour card as well, so okay. So then I'm going to go with green because there's a lot of green in there. So I'm going to go with this kind of, I don't know, it's like an aqua green, isn't it? It's the same colour as the paintbrush. Okay, and don't forget when you're doing something, it's just coming off the side. And also what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab a tissue. Bear with me one quick second. The thing with watercolouring as well is that you have some time to rectify. I was just kind of rolling away with it, so I'm just going to make that like so. And then all I do with the tissue is I just go in and dab a little bit out, so you've got sort of like a pastel-y colour, because on this occasion I don't want the power factor to be massive because obviously these are somewhat wishy-washy as well. Look at that, isn't that great? Okay. Okay. And then what I'll do is just to finish off sort of thing, I'll pop in some little yellow. So you can always go back and make things bigger. And it just fills in those large white spaces. Don't be frightened of leaving any white space. But it just, don't worry if it overlaps a little bit. I'm not too worried about that either, because in the main it is going to be covered over. But that's the type of background that I've seen Sylvia making for things like her tags and journal pages, and I quite like that. That's quite cute. So I'm going to just give that a little bit of a blast off with my heat gun because I don't want to be working onto a wet background. So just bear with me a quick second. Okay, so that's dried off there. Now one of the things I also want to do, I think I better do it before I carry on with the project, is just put a bit of paint onto here. So I have no pink in my project. Let's have a look. Let's look in my lovely little box of tricks. I do have little bits of blue, so let's go with the blue. Okay, so I'm going to use the blue Shabby Velour, and I love this paint, absolutely love it. This one is by the Fabrica Decoro brand, and this is amazing. It's got like a textured, it's almost like having a little bit of grains in it to give it a textured look. So I'm going to cover this, because what I've done is I've cut this actually out of grey board, and it's not the most attractive for what I want to do with this piece. So I'm going to just pop this on, and what you get a lovely textured finish to this when it's dry. So I'm just going to stipple some on because I want it to be quite textured, plus it puts a good coat on it as well. And I don't have to go over it again. We can get this drying and hopefully it'll be ready when I want to pop it on at the end. Doesn't take long to dry, to be fair. Here we go. There we go. So that's going to create the top of my hoop, if you like, my faux hoop. So I'll pop that to one side, pop the lid back on my paint, and just give my brush a little wash before we carry on, and then it doesn't go hard on the brush. Right, so just get rid of this because it's got lots of paint on it now. And I'll just grab a piece of paper. Okay, so this is dry now and ready to start decorating the back of. So what I do is I put my images in an orientation that I want it to end up in. So I've chosen Be Rainbow in someone else's cloud as the sentiment, which I think is really nice. Be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Okay, so that's about how I would have that, and then I've got some little flowers and things to pop on. So it's looking like actually I'm going to have to just give this a quick blast, because I'm going to need that to give me an idea of where I can put my things. So just bear with me a quick second while I blast this off. Okay, so that's all nicely dried off. So what I want to do is I'm going to pop her in the foreground rather than the background. So she's going to sort of go like this, like that. Okay, so I think perhaps the best thing to do would be to adhere this first. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the glue gun. because I can get a little bit of height with that as well, rather than using foam pads. So I'm just going to wait for my glue gun to heat up so I can pop an orientation in there again. So she's going to pop her little feet in there. We'll pop little Foxy Loxy down here. The sentiment will go in there. And then I've just got a couple of flowers that will go something a bit like that, I think. Like a leaf like so. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So whilst that's on, I'll just use, I'm going to use a Pritt stick for, I need to pop you in there really for, so I can see what we're doing. B. And someone else's cloud. There we go. So just pop those down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use don't know whether to use graphite. Let's have a look. I've got some Faber-Castell aquarelle pencils, so let's go for the green rather than using black, because I don't always like to use black, sometimes it's just a bit too. And all I'm going to do is put some lines around the words, because I'm trying to teach myself not to be quite so precise. And then with that, because it's a watercolour, I'm just going to soften that off. So that's highlighted in that green. Let's soften it down as much as you want to. I think that's a little bit hotter. Try and go around a little bit quicker as well. Try not to burn your fingers. I do that so regularly. Right, that's better. It just wasn't quite hot enough. And all that's doing, because I've put it with a little bit of a raise, it's just giving me enough so that I can pop the little fox in. And it's raised, it's not flat onto it, which is, I don't overly like. In this instance, for it to be. Right, so I'm going to pop little Foxy Loxy in. So I'm going to pop him down flat. like so. And then I pop our little character in. With the glue gun for quickness. Okay. Then all the little floral elements. Let's put that away before I forget. All the little floral elements. So before I do that as well, I'm going to pop a couple of these down at the bottom. And the easiest and quickest way to do that would be to use a stapler, which is another thing that Sylvia uses quite regularly. So I've one of those. It's all about not being precise and forcing yourself to not be precise. If you've got OCD, it's hard work. So what I will do is I'm going to glue them to the bottom of the project. The back side. Okay. Okay, so pop them on the back like so. And then you've got that lovely faux sort of embroidery hook idea. And then all I'm going to do to finish off is just put a bit of shape into the leaves and the flowers. My forming tools in another cupboard, so I will use my paintbrush. So all I'm doing is just giving them a bit of shape. So I just finish forming the flowers. If it looks like it's just jumped a bit, don't worry, I've just had to nip to the front door to get my Asda delivery, so I had to put the camera on pause, so it might look like it's lost a little bit. Okay, and I've got a lovely little butterfly. May or may not put that on, we'll see. Okay, so I've got all the little bits and pieces, so I'm just going to pop them on. I just arrange them around the outside of the hoop. Pop that in the centre there. So to arrange that on the top. Not so sure about the butterfly. I think maybe the butterfly might be a bit too much. I'll just pop a leaf on this side. I'll pop another one there, I think. And let's pop it up here. Okay, and then I've got a couple of little love hearts that I've cut out, and they're just little random hearts. I didn't really want to waste the bits of the paper that was left over. Okay, we'll leave it at 3 there like that, and I think we could call that done. Sometimes you can overdo things. So that is my little faux embroidery hoop project. So I hope you like it, I hope you enjoyed it. What you can do, I do have a piece of grey board at the same size as the back of that, so all I will do then, in fact I'll do it now so that you can see, and just going to pop that, and all this does is it's just going to hide all my workings on the back. Just a little bit on the back there. Right, it's just going to hide all the workings on the back that don't look very attractive, and also it gives you a little area that you can write to and from, etc. Happy birthday, all that kind of thing. And then that is it. So I'm really happy with that. I'm happy with how it turned out. So in a couple of weeks, when I do have a proper embroidery hoop, I can make one using the embroidery hoop as well. But I'm happy with that. So again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you really soon for another video making a project with this fantastic kit from Tandai Art, and it's for Thompson Crafts Supplies. All the things that I've been using, including the Shabby Velour Fabrica di Cura paint, you'll be able to find on Louise's site, which is Thompson Craft Supplies. Okay, see you really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.